You can chase the world so hard that you forget the purpose, your purpose. And sometimes, life happens just to remind you. They called him Noah. If you saw him as a child, you'd think he was just another boy, messy hair, worn shoes, playful laughter. But hidden in his small chest was a heart as open as the morning sky. Noah carried a light that softened hardships and reminded everyone of the goodness in the world. He lived with his father, a hardworking man who raised him with patience and love. Though young in years, he prayed beside his father, copying every move with sincerity. He recited the prayer with a voice too small for the heaviness of the words, but pure enough to soften hearts. It was as if the Creator placed in him a spark, fragile, bright, waiting to grow. At night, while others slept, Noah whispered short prayers he barely understood. But even in childhood, challenges came. One day in class, an exam question stared back at him, too hard for his young mind. Around him, whispers of cheating filled the room. His pencil shook. For a moment, he almost gave in. But then the remembrance of the Creator, glorified and exalted as he, made him lower his gaze and whispered, "Oh, Creator, help me," and wrote what little he knew. His answers were few, but his heart was full. Another time on the playground, laughter turned cruel. The boys mocked his younger brother, calling him weak. Noah felt his fists clench, anger pushing him to strike back. But instead, he stood beside his brother and said, "The Creator doesn't care about strength. He cares about hearts." The laughter faded, and that day he learned patience could be braver than fighting. And there were nights when the world itself seemed to shake. One day, alone with his brother, thunder rolled. The lights went dark and fear gripped him. His brother whispered, "Noah, I'm scared." His own tears threatened to fall, but he remembered his father's words. "Nothing can harm you if the Creator, glorified and exalted as he, is with you." So with a trembling voice, he recited a prayer until the storm passed. Each challenge returned him to the Creator. And each time, the spark inside him grew a little brighter. That spark, which once glowed so brightly in Noah, began to dim. Not all at once, but slowly, almost unnoticeably. The world suddenly grew loud. The endless scrolling, the trends, the opinions. It was like standing in a marketplace where every voice shouted for his attention. And with those voices came new struggles. School wasn't just about learning anymore. It was about competing, comparing, trying to keep up with people who seemed to have it all together. Noah felt the weight of expectations pressing down on him every single day. He searched for answers in what the world called self-improvement. He filled his shelves with books on productivity, psychology, meditation, and philosophy. He stayed up late watching videos of people telling him how to unlock success, rewire his brain, find peace within. And at first, it felt good. He was learning, growing, becoming better. But slowly, something inside him began to shift. The remembrance of the Creator, glorified and exalted is he. The prayers, the late-night whispers, the recitation started fading into the background. Every time his younger brother asked him,
"Noah, will you pray with me?"
he would smile, sometimes say yes, but more often reply,
"Later. Maybe tomorrow."
His spark flickered, each day drifting further from the warmth it once knew. He didn't realize it then, but the very knowledge that promised him control was pulling him away from the one who controls everything. Noah grew older, and with age came achievements. Grades climbed. People admired his discipline. He spoke with confidence, planned his days, and chased every goal with precision. On the outside, it looked like everything was working. His shelves filled with books, his journals stacked with routines, his friends praised his focus. But inside, something was missing. Whenever hardships came, Noah turned to books on psychology, philosophy, productivity, and self-help. He underlined words of men who claimed to know the secret of peace. He watched endless videos on meditation and mental strength. And though he succeeded in the world's eyes, his soul knew the truth. He was winning battles that didn't matter, while losing the one battle that did. In his 20s, Noah had what people would call a good life. A stable job, respect from his peers, plans that looked promising on paper, but inside he felt hollow. And whenever life pressed him down, he turned to every book, every philosophy, every speaker. Then came the blow that shattered what little spark he still had. His younger brother, the one who used to tug at his sleeve and remind him of prayer, the one whose voice carried hope through their home, was gone. A sudden illness had taken him before anyone was ready. One day he was there, smiling with that effortless faith, and the next, Noah was standing at his grave watching soil fall through his fingers. His brother had left this world before Noah could ever show him the man he had become. The house felt emptier, the silence heavier. Noah threw himself into work, into company, into distractions, but nothing filled the void. For the first time, he had to face the question he had been running from. What is all this worth if my soul is empty? That night, sleep didn't bring him peace. Noah found himself standing in a vast, empty desert. The sky above was dark, no stars, no moon. The sand beneath his feet was cold, lifeless. He walked and walked, but no matter how far he went, there was nothing, just silence, just emptiness. Then a sound, faint at first like a distant echo. It was his younger brother's voice, reciting the same prayer that used to fill their home when life was simple and faith was alive. Noah's chest tightened. He ran toward it, desperate, but the desert stretched farther and farther. The voice faded, and in its place, silence again, heavy, suffocating. He dropped to his knees, fists digging into the sand. And then he saw him, his brother, radiant, at peace. The boy who died young, yet whose worship once humbled even adults. Noah's eyes widened. Tears blurred his vision. His brother looked at him and spoke gently.
Do you think we created you without purpose and that you would not be returned to us?
It was the verse he always used to repeat when they were kids. Back then, it motivated Noah. Now it cut through his soul. His younger brother continued.
Brother, you have time, you have strength, you have wealth, but you forgot the Creator. Glorified and exalted is He. And what you are chasing, will it follow you to the grave, or will it betray you at death?
Noah shook his head, tears streaming. His brother's voice broke him further.
I was young, but I feared the Creator. Glorified and exalted is He. You are older, so why don't you?
The desert closed in, silence pressing on him. His voice cracked as he whispered the only words he could.
Oh, the Creator, I'm lost.
And that's when he woke up, heart racing, pillow wet with tears. For the first time in years, Noah felt the full weight of his distance from God. The success, the books, the people, none of it had healed him. Only the Creator could. For the first time in years, his heart felt alive. The world seemed empty, but the Creator felt near. And though the pain of his brother's loss still burned, his heart carried a strange peace. Because now he knew the dream was not just a dream. It was a warning, a gift, a mercy. So I'll ask you, what are you chasing? Grades, wealth, followers? Will they follow you when you die, or will they fade like dust in the wind? Allah in the Quran says, "And I did not create jinn and mankind except to worship me." This is your purpose. This is why you're alive. Don't wait for tragedy to remind you. Don't wait for death to wake you. Return to Allah. Because everything you chase will run away from you, but Allah says, "Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves by sinning, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins." So ask yourself, is what you're chasing worth your soul? Jazakum Allahu khairan for being here. In English, we say, may Allah reward you with goodness. Until next time, stay sincere, stay seeking.